The new deportation law is causing controversy for allegedly violating international law. Fire at Mustapekka Areena Stadium in Oulunkylä, Helsinki. Serious traffic accident in Kotka. Hepatitis C outbreak in Tampere. The new deportation law passed by the Finnish parliament with 167 votes in favor and 31 against is causing controversy for allegedly violating international law. This law allows the suspension of asylum applications if Russia deliberately sends people to the Finnish border. Professor Anita Kinsaletto from Tampere University believes the law may lead Finland to violate the principles of the rule of law. According to Kinsaletto, the new deportation law conflicts with EU law on the principle of non-refoulement, which prohibits returning refugees to places where they risk execution, torture, or inhumane treatment. The law also violates international treaties such as the UN Refugee Convention and the European Convention on Human Rights. Additionally, it places a heavy burden on border guards, forcing them to determine the vulnerability of refugees under harsh conditions and within a short time frame. Amnesty International has voiced opposition, stating that the law should not have been passed. The law is controversial not only in Finland but also internationally, as reported by major news agencies such as AFP, Reuters, and reputable newspapers like Le Monde and the New York Times. The Finnish government defends the law as necessary but faces strong criticism for undermining asylum rights and potentially leading to violence and arbitrary actions at the border. Frank Johansson, director of Amnesty Finland, has called on the EU to investigate the legality of the law, arguing that it exceeds EU legal limits. Dinashika Dasanayaki, deputy director of Amnesty Europe, warns that the law could set a dangerous precedent for other countries and the international asylum system. Early on Saturday morning, a major fire broke out at Mustapekka Areena Stadium in Oulunkylä, Helsinki. The blaze destroyed the stands, storage area, changing rooms, and all the team's property. The fire spread to the roof structure of the adjacent ice rink. The Helsinki Fire Department received the alarm at 3:59 a.m. and promptly arrived at the scene. Fire Chief Petri Strandberg reported that the firefighting efforts were progressing well, with extinguishing the remaining embers on the roof and stands expected to continue until noon. Although smoke entered the interior, the ice rink was undergoing renovations, so its interiors were not severely damaged. The fire brigade managed to contain the spread of the fire, and there were no casualties. A total of 15 fire units and contract rescue teams were involved on site. The stands of Mustapekka Areena, the home stadium of IF Nistan, were completely destroyed. The next match of IF Nistan, scheduled for Sunday against IFK Mariehamn, is unlikely to take place here this season. Alternative venues are being considered, according to Nistan's board chairman Risto Murto. The stadium had previously suffered vandalism, but nothing as severe as this. Police are currently investigating the cause of the fire, and safety measures are being reinforced to prevent similar incidents in the future. News of the fire spread quickly, with many teams in the national championship, such as FC Inter, IFK Mariehamn, and SJK, sending messages of support on social media. Other clubs in Helsinki, like Kapelin-Palo and PK35, also expressed their condolences and best wishes. Authors Arko Meri and sports journalist Jukka Ronka expressed their sorrow, emphasizing that the fire not only caused material damage but also had a significant impact on the community. The event was also reported by international media such as Aftonbladet and SVT. Helsinki's deputy mayor, Paavo Arhinmäki, shared his sympathy and stressed that the local football community would recover from this tragedy. On Friday night, a serious traffic accident in Kotka left 3 people critically injured. The accident occurred when a car carrying 5 people crashed into a large metal post on Puistoti Road. According to the Southeast Finland police, the car was speeding in a city area. The victims, aged 20 to 30, were all passengers. The accident happened near the popular recreation area of Katarina Sea Park around 1:30 a.m. At least one of the severely injured individuals was airlifted to Helsinki for treatment. Police are investigating the incident for serious traffic violations, drunk driving, and causing severe injury. Currently, the police have no information about other vehicles involved. The investigation and questioning will continue throughout the weekend. Hepatitis C is spreading rapidly in Tampere, primarily among intravenous drug users. Since the disease does not cause initial symptoms, many people are unaware they are infected. The situation in Tampere is particularly severe, with a significant increase in cases. The Institute for Health and Welfare found high drug use levels in a spring wastewater study. Worryingly, many drug users are not tested due to social stigma and limited access to healthcare services, making the actual situation potentially worse. Dr. Ulrika Sundal from a clinic noted that Tampere's addiction service system is still quite fragmented. The Nervy Health Counseling Point in Tampere allows anonymous testing without an appointment. Hepatitis C can be controlled if testing and treatment are accessible and swift. However, many still hesitate to seek services due to fear and stigma. According to the Institute for Health and Welfare, most hepatitis C infections are in men aged 20 to 34, mainly due to intravenous drug use. Many remain untreated since the disease initially shows no symptoms, but timely treatment is crucial to prevent severe complications such as cirrhosis and liver cancer. At the Finnish border, reindeer herders are actively monitoring and reporting any unusual activities to the border guard. In Inari, reindeer herders from Lapin Paliskunta regularly patrol the border area to protect their herds and check the fences. Upon detecting any abnormalities, they immediately report to the border guards. This cooperation ensures no large creatures cross the border undetected. This spring, stray dogs from Russia caused trouble for reindeer herders, but they were identified and returned to the Russian border. This collaboration effectively prevents border violations. The Finnish border guard values this cooperation, as the border area is vast and the number of patrol personnel limited. In Kuusamo, the partnership with reindeer herders is also strong, helping to maintain effective border security. Occasionally, border guards and reindeer herders patrol together, especially when designing new routes. A store refused to buy strawberries damaged by hail, prompting the farmer to turn to social media sales, resulting in a significant increase in sales. At Pinanen Strawberry Farm in Kangasniemi, most of this summer's strawberries were sold via Facebook. After a hailstorm damaged 80% of the strawberry crop, merchants refused to buy, forcing farm owner Sila Sepala to find new customers. Sepala sold strawberries directly from the farm and updated daily on Facebook about the available quantity. As a result, all the strawberries were sold out, bringing great success. Heidi Wirtanen, director of the Fruit and Strawberry Growers Association, stated that the role of social media for farms has increased this summer. Social media quickly informs about the peak harvesting times in each area. However, managing orders and responding to customer inquiries on social media requires significant effort. Entrepreneur Marit Rockefeller developed an app to simplify the direct sales process for strawberry growers. The app is currently being tested and is expected to launch next year. If strawberries are sold quickly directly from the farm, both producers and customers benefit. Rockefeller emphasized the importance of timely information so customers know when fresh strawberries are available. During this summer festival, the Roska-Roope boat is collecting trash from Lake Jyväsjärvi in Jyväskylä. The solar-powered boat, equipped with metal baskets, helps keep the lake clean while thousands of people attend the Suomi-Pop festival. On the first day, rainy and windy weather caused the trash to sink quickly to the lake bottom. However, by Friday morning, Roska-Roope had collected half a bag of trash, including plastic bags, nicotine containers, bottles, and even party clothes and high heels. Roska-Roope's activities aim to raise awareness about water pollution and remind people that trash in water is not only an ocean problem but also a local lake issue. The Keep the Archipelago Tidy Association emphasized that most water trash will sink to the bottom and decompose into microplastics, harming the ecosystem and humans. "20 years after Pekka Tukanen disappeared, the suspected murder case remains unsolved, and the perpetrator may go unpunished. Tukanen, 41, went missing on July 26, 2004, at the border of Perho and Kinnula. As the case is investigated as a murder, the prosecution right will expire this July, 20 years after the crime is believed to have occurred. Chief Inspector Jussi Luoto of the Finnish Central Criminal Police stated that they currently have no suspects and insufficient evidence to bring the case to trial. Even with a suspect, sufficient evidence is needed to charge for murder before the prosecution deadline expires. Tukanen disappeared after deciding to walk home from a gathering with friends at a house in Kinnula. The distance to his home in Perho was over 40 kilometers. The last sighting of him was around 5:30 a.m. by a truck driver when he was walking along the border road between Perho and Kinnula. After that, no one saw him again. Police began suspecting murder in 2006 and transferred the case to the Central Criminal Police. However, they also do not rule out the possibility of an accident. Over the years, police have conducted numerous investigations, including witness interviews and following various leads, but none led to a breakthrough in the case. One of the difficulties in the case was the burning of 2 cars near the area where Tukanen disappeared at the same time. However, police have ruled out any connection between the cars and the disappearance after investigation. With the murder prosecution deadline approaching, it is likely that the case will remain unsolved, and those responsible may never be punished. Most passengers greet the driver when boarding the bus, which is very important to the drivers. According to a June survey by the Auto and Transport Workers Federation AKT, only 4% of drivers reported never being greeted. Greeting helps drivers feel treated like human beings. Jarko Tikakowski, a driver for Harman Liken in Sinajoki, considers greeting part of customer service. He shared that even if passengers have a bad day, a greeting can improve their mood. Mika Joki, head of transport in Vasa, agreed, emphasizing that passengers in Pohjanmaa tend to greet drivers more, especially when they know each other. Such small acts help build community bonds and respect. The sandcastle in Lappeenranta is an important symbol of the city, but it is currently facing many serious problems. Artists have to deal with sand mixed with large rocks and vandalism. The sand has been used for nearly 20 years, causing it to be mixed with debris, making sculpting difficult. Although new sand is added every year, the amount is very small and not enough to ensure the quality of the works. The sculpting tools are also old, over 15 years old, and loose, making the artist's work even more difficult. Jarno Rossi, the head of the Sandcastle project, said that many works have been severely damaged due to vandalism. For example, the fisherman sculpture has lost its head. Children and adults have climbed and hugged the sculptures, causing significant damage. This issue forces the artists to spend a lot of time on repairs, slowing down the work progress and reducing the quality of the artworks. Rossi also shared that large rock particles in the sand can unexpectedly appear in critical parts of the sculptures, making sculpting difficult and sometimes requiring changes to the original design. He hopes the city will provide new tools and more new sand so the artists can work more effectively. Mirka Rahman, the director of tourism for Lappeenranta, stated that the city is considering purchasing more new sand and new tools for the artists. However, the recycling of old sand will continue due to its environmentally friendly nature. The city wants to maintain the sandcastle as an attractive art and tourist destination while protecting the environment by reusing available resources. After more than 100,000 people attended the festival at Kansanpuisto Park, Ruisrock, the sandy grounds were left with numerous lost items. A week after the festival, when the area reopened, treasure hunters quickly took advantage of the opportunity. Pitu, a metal detectorist, has discovered many valuable items this summer, from silver bracelets and coins to other types of jewelry. For him, the value of these items lies not only in their material worth but also in the sentimental value for the person who lost them. During the festival, the Lost and Found camp collected many personal items such as documents, phones, bank cards, wallets, and jewelry. Items worth over €100 will be handed over to the police, while less valuable items can be kept by the finder. Pitu, who has 3 summers of experience searching after the festival, shared that although most jewelry found is not highly valuable, he still picks up and keeps them. Items older than 100 years must be reported to the museum department, and Pitu has previously found valuable artifacts from other areas in Turku.